I can say that I made a girl transfer schools.
All right. Hi, you guys.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to
Another episode
Welcome to another episode
of
BULGOGIPod.
Wow, we're getting that down.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, the
okay.
first couple times was a little rough,
Yeah.
I think. Okay, I feel like the past couple check-ins have been very just, you know what I mean? Like,
No juice.
yeah, no juice. Yeah, no juice whatsoever. But the funny thing is I have been doing a lot. It's just like grabbing dinners, like grabbing Mama Hong's or Sonoritas or, you know what I mean? It's just like casual dinners, watching movies and yada yada. But I feel like this past week, I did so much.
Oh, did you know?
Yes, I would love to share. I might not look it right now, but I think I gained 10 pounds because I was just eating and eating and eating. I hadn't seen my mom in a couple of days because I was doing like a little staycation all around Los Angeles.
Oh,
Also part of Los Angeles, but I wanted to explore Pasadena a bit. Went down to the OC, like Irvine, Huntington Beach-ish area a bit.
What?
And it's so funny because my boyfriend loves eating, right? So we definitely order like 2 servings and he'll have like 2/3 and I'll have 1/3 and it's like the perfect amount.
Yeah.
So some places will share one, but like one day we had 3 treats from a bakery, an entire pie of pizza plus 2 additional Detroit slices, and we had like a snack and then like a protein bar and then had barbecue for dinner. And so anyways, we had like enormous amounts of food for 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And so please ask me for Rex because, oh my gosh, what did I have? Subculture sandwiches, blue bull acai. So good. It was like the blue coconut base or something. It's like this electric bright blue.
It's like the blue Takis. That blue?
No, it's like the
Like a blueberry
like
blue?
this blue.
Oh, shoot.
Like your calendar invite, you guys, if you look at the categories, it's like a bright sky blue.
Oh,
but like
whoa.
electric, like an electric sky blue. So anyways, I did that. But I think the more shocking thing is I watched my very first anime movie.
Okay.
I watched Your Name.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, and it's because I was showing my boyfriend the sounds on TikTok, and there's this one that I really like. It's just like, it goes like na 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 na. It's like very like piano-y and light. Yeah,
cute.
like for like a what I do in a day type of thing. And he was like, oh, that originated from like one of the anime movies, and I was like, oh, it did. And so he showed me the real like soundtrack and all that. So that's what I watched.
Did you like it?
First time. It it progressively got better. Like when I first watched it, I think just because, you guys, like 24 years of my life and this was my very first anime movie.
Right.
Because I did watch Spirited Away, but I feel like I didn't pay attention, and it was like a thing that was turned on at your after school and you're just like talking to your friends and so I don't really remember it, and I definitely remember being scared of it. So I didn't really enjoy it. So I had this I already had an attitude going into it, like, I don't think I'm gonna like it, but I have to watch it because every single movie night so far we've watched a movie I wanted to watch. So I was like, oh, we have to watch it.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, like I just don't know. And we watched it in Japanese with subtitles, so it's like
You have to
it
pay
was kind of
attention.
new.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to pay attention to what it actually means and whatnot. And so it was all right, and then it got better and better. And I think like when the movie ended, I decided I liked it. Like when it ended.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's what happened.
Yeah, because honestly, like I already have like this perception of anime, and like it's not a very good one, just because
Yeah.
I've definitely had guys who like I didn't realize they were like fetishizing me until like they would be like, oh yeah, like I'm really into anime, I'm really into K-pop, like I watch all the K-dramas, and I'm like, I'm out. Peace out. And so I definitely have like a bad perception of it, but I do think like I need to give it a chance. And I heard that Hunter x Hunter is a really good like anime series to start out with. Like it's a good intro. So if you want to check out that
like a
next,
series?
Yeah. I think it's on Netflix. So yeah, it's an easy one. And then everyone talks about, Attack on Titans. Is that an anime?
No idea.
I think that may be an anime. You guys can. I don't know. I hear very good things. So yeah. Oh,
Okay.
wow. Yeah, I did some Netflix Netflix watching as well. The Kanye doc is very good, guys. I really like the pacing of it. It's not like super duper like dramatic like the Theranos documentary or like the OJ series or anything like that. It's like a very like slow progressive like journey into like Kanye's career, and I really like it. Like I really like it.
How long is it?
It's a series, and so the episode was like an hour 15.
Yeah,
maybe.
you know what? Netflix better be providing some good content because they did another price increase. So
they did.
Oh,
I did not know that.
You probably don't. Yeah, you probably don't get the email.
Yeah. I'm on my dad's account still, but okay, cool.
Yeah. So now I'm even more motivated to cancel one of the subscriptions because I am subscribed to too many things, and I can't pick.
Yeah, but yeah, I think for me, what's been going on? Okay, something I've been thinking about, and like maybe you can help me advice wise on this, is like, so I get along with most people. Like, to be honest, like probably like 95% of the people I get along with, right? There's a select few that I do not, but like
very, very
it's
few.
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah. And so like a lot of times I think that I can match people's energy, and so they feel like I'm having as good a time as they. Dude, that sounds so conceited, so cocky, but like, you know what I mean, right?
Yes,
like it's like if I can match your energy, like you're probably having a good time.
Yes.
And so like I've had some people like reach out and be like, oh, I want to hang out, like want to do this, and like I've been like dodging it, right? And like I don't really do that. Like I usually like will just set plans. I'm like, yeah, let's hang out, and like I try not to cancel.
Yes.
Unless like something like, I don't know, like big comes up. And so there's this person in my life who's been like wanting to hang out, and I don't know how to tell him like, hey, I don't want to hang out with you. Like I feel like I've dodged him like probably like 6-7 times at this point.
Wow.
And so I'm like, oh frick, let me just get it over with. Let me just like chumma and get it over with.
Yeah.
And like maybe like do something that I want to do and just have them like, you know, like just join so that it's not as miserable for me.
Yes. Okay, so much to say about that. Well, if they didn't get the hint,
which
sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm so solutions oriented.
No. I'm looking for a solution. Yes.
Okay, cool. I just automatically thought, okay, you have to take control.
Okay.
And I mean, we know like the escape plan, the fire exit to like this is not a date, but like a bad date, right? Like you need to book something right after or make sure it's squeezed in between two things. And I feel like I'm really good at that because I'm so overly I don't even purposely try to do that, but
you always have an escape plan. Yeah.
I'm so overly optimistic about my time. I'm like, okay, in the morning I'm gonna do this, and then I have this meeting, and then I have to hop over to boxing, and then I have to meet like my boyfriend for this, and then I have to be home by this time. Like I unintentionally do it. But it could also work in your case if you didn't want to spend too much time. You won't feel so guilty if you actually had something planned afterwards, you know?
You're right. Yeah, and I guess it's just like people keep asking me like, why do you feel obligated? Like, why do you need to? Like, we're grown adults. Like, if you don't want to hang out with them, just like don't.
Yeah.
But like, it's like I feel bad. I think a lot of times like it comes down to that. Like I'm just like, damn, like he really don't got friends here, because like this person moved from like Boston or whatever, and so it's like, oh, he really don't got friends here. Like I should probably hang out with him. But it's like I don't vibe.
I don't understand. I just like don't feel bad because I guess like I'm not saying this specific person, but I feel like I have some friends who have hit me up before, have canceled on me, and or like are like, oh, let's hang out, and then, you know, just, oh, my schedule is so busy, yada yada. But then I see a bunch of like stories on Instagram where they're doing fine with other people, and I just don't feel bad. Like, okay, like I wasn't a priority, which I don't need to be,
right?
But I also don't feel bad because okay, you have like other people you could potentially be seeing
out with.
I guess true. I would feel bad if like I canceled and I was posting a bunch of stuff on social media.
Right.
But I feel like you already don't post too much anyway, so it's not like they know what you're up to.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I guess I just don't feel bad.
Okay.
I just do not feel bad.
Okay, we'll just leave it down to that.
But also, I'm such a big planner that, you know, like in January, I'm planning for February.
Oh.
And like, for example, another friend had to like we had to meet on like this coming like Tuesday, but I had a Wednesday dinner, but I just know I don't have enough energy to do a Tuesday dinner and Wednesday dinner. So I moved the Wednesday dinner to the following week, and they were fine with it, right? Because it wasn't like the day before or like the day of, oh, can we move it? I knew in advance that I would not have enough energy to have 2 dinners with friends in a row. I pushed that in advance.
Yeah, I've just pushed this too many times. I've literally been
you
pushing
gotta just suck it up. You gotta just suck it up and do it.
I don't want
to. But keep it short.
Okay, I'll keep you guys updated on what I decide to do.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Maybe I'll bring you along.
Sure.
Yeah,
because I have enough energy.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Friendships can be, difficult sometimes. Like there are people you may not want to hang out with, people that like maybe you've had some awkward encounters with.
Yeah, for sure.
So for today's episode,
we will be talking about friendships.
Yeah.
We had a corgi. Named Sophia submit this concern, just topic idea. Here we go. I need friendship help. I go to a school with my newly ex-best friend, and we have a lot of classes together. She's starting to talk to me more, but it's still really awkward, and I don't know what to do. That is very difficult.
Yeah, especially I think like when you have a lot of classes together, like you guys have probably been friends for like at least a couple years. Yeah,
let's just assume like maybe all of middle school.
Yeah.
And I guess when I first heard it, once again, it was just like, oh, well, you can do X, Y, Z. But I'm trying to place myself back in like high school, Julie, because I'm sure I thought very differently then. And actually something very similar like happened to me too, right? So I'm trying to place myself in like how I would have thought if I was, I don't know, 14, 15 years old,
right?
Like going to the same school as my ex-best friend.
Can you tell us more about like your experience? Like what happened with that?
My friendship breakup. So I've shared it previously in one of our like high school episodes, but I've been friends with these girls for about like 5-6 years. So maybe that's why it broke off, because it didn't meet the 7-year mark. You know what I mean? And if you know, you know, the 7-year mark.
You'll be friends forever.
Yes. And then for one of them, I mean, I have known her since like elementary school. We didn't go to the same school together, but the same like after school and whatnot. And we were this like very strong trio, and we had like another friend too. It was like kind of like the 4 of us almost. I mean, for Sophia, I don't know why they fought, but for us, it wasn't anything like, you kissed my boyfriend, or you like, you
backstabbed me.
Yeah. Like you're bad mouthing me, or you forgot to pick me up and left me hanging for like hours. It wasn't anything like that. It was maybe like a neglected feeling of the friendship, because I was so occupied with all these clubs that I partook in, obviously in preparation for college and stuff. I had like math club on Mondays and ASB every 4th period and Korean club and yada yada, right? So I guess I just felt like I didn't care about our friendship. To my memory, that's how it started.
Right.
And then the timing was extremely awkward because we did make up. I remember making up, but then it was Thanksgiving break.
Right.
So we didn't really talk for a week, and then we came back to school, and I think I had either seen or heard that like the 2 of them, the closer 2, like were going over to each other's like house and whatnot. And then it was like winter break for like 2 weeks.
Right.
So then we came back, and it was just
awkward.
Like Sophia said, like it was just awkward.
Right.
And then we just never rekindled that friendship.
Right.
We didn't really revisit it.
And so like having like lost these like very 2 close friends in your life, like what was your solution? Because you are very like solution oriented. So like how did you cope with it?
That's such a good question, because bringing back this term, the valence electron, especially in high school, I wasn't the type to just like cling on to like one group. I was like surface level friends with a lot of people. Right.
Everyone knew Julie Jung.
I can't really say the same now. I don't really like to do that anymore.
Right.
But then I was like, I need to be on a high-bye relationship with every single person.
Yeah.
And so I had another really close group of friends, not as close, but still really close. And I guess when I did have time, I started eating lunch with them. But I also just, you know me, I was kind of weird. Like I was really close to the teachers and like the upperclassmen. So I would just like spend my time in the ASB room or just like walking around. And then obviously by the time I was a senior, like my sister also went to high school with me. And there were like 2 other groups of friends that I also maintained really good friendships with. And so I could just kind of like toggle between like all these different groups of friends and hang out with teachers and whatnot. And so I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think I didn't care because I knew I didn't do anything. I wasn't in the wrong.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I felt like if they really did me dirty and there was because I wasn't even angry. I guess if there was like one thing I was upset about, it's the fact that the other two friends kind of took the other main friend's side, and I just kind of lost like all three friends at once.
Yeah.
But I knew like, I mean, they didn't do me like, and like they didn't do anything dirty to me. I wasn't mean to them about it. And so it was just, yeah, I guess, you know, I'm not chill, but I guess I was chill about that situation. I just let it go.
That's good. Yeah. Because I also think like your situation is unique in that, like, you know, you were kind of indifferent, right? I think it's harder when like either you feel bad or you know that the other like ex best friend feels bad. Because like I've also had a situation, and this was a little bit earlier, this was in middle school, where like, okay, my first boyfriend, we were very cute together.
Not the one day
one, but the 3-month one, which is very long for middle school.
It really is.
Yeah, like we went on movie dates, had my mom and other moms drop us off, like, yeah, it was very cute.
That's real. I feel like if somebody were to ask you who your first boyfriend was, you can definitely say this one.
I'm allowed?
Yes, I think so, because my first boyfriend was in the 7th grade, and I think we dated for like 2 weeks, and we never held hands. Got me a teddy bear, but I told my mom's friend, and my mom's friend told my mom, and I got in trouble. So it was very different from that.
Oh no, I still have the necklace that he gave me for Valentine's Day. I am a memory freak. I love hoarding things. And my mom was like, you should keep that. And so I've kept it all these years.
Wow.
Literally 7th grade. And so I had this middle school boyfriend. We're going well. And I had this best friend at the time. And she was like, oh, your boyfriend like likes someone else, like so-and-so. And I was like, what the heck? And like in his ear, she was also saying like, oh, like so-and-so likes you. Like the other girl likes you. And so I got pissed. Like I found that out, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he's not loyal. Like if he's liking another girl but like dating me, what the heck? And so I broke up with him, and he was trying to explain, and I was like, nope, absolutely not. I believe my best friend. Like she would never do anything to hurt me. And then like come to find out like in the summer that apparently she liked my boyfriend, and so she was making up these lies, telling him things, telling me other things. And so I was like, I can't believe I like lost this relationship because of a lie, because you liked him, because your intentions were not pure. And so I was real upset. And so literally I just like stopped talking to her, and I think she was confused as to why. Like she didn't know that I knew like what was actually going on, right? But like these were Form Spring days, like these were catty days. And so I had found out the tea, and I was like, no, like that's not a friend to me. Yeah, Hannah always finds out. I'm like a mom, right? I'm the mom of the group, so I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, always.
And so I cut things off with her, and like I basically just did not talk to her, and it like became really awkward because I think like she was like one of the main people in our like big friend group, and like slowly I think people quote unquote like took my side, because they was like, why would she like be like lying like this? Like that's pathological behavior. And so like they kind of like, you know, like stopped talking to her. And so I think that like being on the other side of things, where like, you know, like I wasn't the one to lose all my friends, but like I was the one to like, I guess unintentionally like initiate this like huge friendship breakup. Like I think like looking back, like even then, like I felt like really bad, but I was just like, no, like you did something unforgivable. But I think like you need to ask yourself, like, in the big picture, was this actually something unforgivable? Because like, I mean, now like I'm like, I can't believe I lost my best friend over a guy. Yeah. Though she was in the wrong, like I do think like I don't really like how things went down, because she eventually like transferred schools. Which, dude, that's so freaking dramatic. Like, I can say that I made a girl transfer schools. Oh my gosh. It wasn't my fault, though.
I have so many questions. It
wasn't okay, partially.
Like, so did she find out that you knew?
I don't think so. I was never straight up about it.
Okay, so she just transferred out because you guys all kind of
weren't talking
like,
to her.
Ghosted her.
Yeah.
But there's a better word that it's not ghosted. It's like
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alienate.
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad. And it's crazy because I look back and I'm like, damn, like I think if I had been more straight up, like I could have maybe like had the heart to forgive her, but like because I never fully expressed my feelings, like she didn't even have that opportunity to like reconcile.
Wrong with this? Okay, because I've been really hooked on Gilmore Girls, right? And I've always wanted to watch it. It's a show I've like been keeping on the back burner, and there's just too many seasons, but I'm finally into it, and I'm on season 4. And there was an episode where, right, the main girl is Rory and her friend is Lane. And it's funny because Lane is Korean. And it's just so funny because you can just definitely tell the time difference. It's like her mom is like super strict and like just tiger helicopter, everything mom.
Right, stereotypical.
Yeah. And so anyways, there was this episode where Lane had a school project with Rory's ex, but didn't tell Rory because she was like you know, like trying to protect her. Right. But then Rory found out. And it just reminds me of that scene because if like your friend straight up told you and you guys did talk about it, like do you think your group of friends would have acted any differently?
I think potentially, but I guess like this wasn't the only instance where she had done wrong. Like I think there was like a bigger issue at hand. And so it wasn't like, this was almost like an excuse to like kick her out of the group.
You're acting like that girl. What's on the Click? What's her name? Macy? Is it Massey?
I think it's Macy. I don't know.
Someone told me it was I think in the movie it's Massey, no?
Oh, okay. Okay, you may be right. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And she was like the Claire or something.
Oh, God.
Claire Lyons.
Oh, God. I wasn't that outwardly mean, I swear. It was just like a passive mean.
I think that's meaner. That's meaner.
A passive mean is... Okay,
what does a passive mean?
It's just like
looking at her, but like not talking to her, maybe like a little glare and then just like walking by. I think I was more of a straight up mean. Like, oh no, like sorry, what? You can't play kongi with us.
Yeah, you definitely did that. Yeah.
I don't know, because that's like the mom mean too. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna talk to you when we go home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little bit more scared of that type of mean.
Oh gosh.
But I like what you said about how there were multiple things happening, because maybe that's why I felt indifferent about like my friendship breakup, because I think there were multiple things. But the thing is, you guys, like, I feel like when you're friends with somebody for so long, not that it's inevitable, but you know, like
there's a chance that you guys are gonna have a friendship breakup eventually.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I think especially that's why, like, for our parents who are still married, or even like friendships that last so long, not that it's a miracle, but I think it's something to really celebrate, because that just means you guys were on similar wavelengths all those times, all those years.
Right, because they say like one of the most important factors in any type of relationship is like being able to grow with the person.
Exactly.
Like through their changes.
Exactly. Yeah. So why might one not feel like their friend is their bestest friend anymore? I think just like the things you're interested in, or like those big changes, you know, moving schools from elementary to middle school to high school, especially high school to college, and post-college too, just like what your lifestyle is like after college.
Right.
But that's kind of far out. And I will say, like, I was actually helping my mom out, and one of her like clients, you know, brought a couple friends, and they were all sitting on the couch talking about their kids. And well, it was how it went down was I was reading the 4 agreements, and the lady was like, oh my God, I'm reading that too. Aww. And one of the 4 agreements, I cannot remember anymore, but she was just saying like, oh yeah, like my daughter's best friend, like her entire life best friend, like no longer wants to be her best friend. And so she was like, her daughter was like crying because basically the other friend wanted to be a part of the popular group, but didn't want that. This sounds so confusing. Daughter. Yeah, her daughter to also be in the popular group with her, almost like one-upping her. Like she wanted to be in the popular group, but didn't want her daughter to
come along. Yeah.
So then she was just like icing her out, like not being as friendly, not inviting things, or making her look bad in front of other people. And so yeah, like you think you're gonna be friends with someone for forever, right? But I think when the environment changes, like sometimes the motives or the attitude, the personality, there's a shift in the personality.
Right. And I think like accepting that like you are like going through changes, and just like maybe just cherishing your current friendships even more is really important, because like you know, you guys were probably really good friends for a long time, and whatever the reason may be that you guys had your breakup, like it was meant to be, like if not now, like it was gonna happen later potentially. And so like, you know, and also just accepting that it's gonna be awkward. Like you know so much about this person, and like maybe like you guys had made a conscious decision to not be as close. Like hopefully you guys had a talk about it, but if not, like I mean I think that's more normal in high school, you know, to like not be super straight up, but it's gonna be awkward. And like, you know, I've had times where like with Julia, for example, like I was just getting like really annoyed, like we were spending way too much time together, like 24/7, and like I think like my method of confrontation is no confrontation. And so I literally just started like, you know, hanging out with her less. And like, she was like, Hannah, what is up? And she kept trying to talk to me. And I was finally like, okay, like, let's have a conversation. And I remember going to like one of our favorite spots, beach parking lot, BPL, and looking at the sunset and like her crying and me being in the car. And we just like talked it out, and I was like, here are the reasons. And like I think that was like, you know, obviously very, very like I didn't do that in the tone and in the way that like I would want to, and so I felt really bad. And so I think like if you're gonna have a conversation
how did you talk to her? Well, you know what, you're like this and this, and I'm so annoyed when you do this and this, like that.
It was literally like, I just don't want to be friends with you anymore. Like I'm so irritated. You literally steal all of my jokes. Like I literally, okay, do you know one of the main reasons why I didn't want to be friends with Julia was because we would be in a big group environment, right? Somebody would say something and then I would say a joke, right? And then she would just say the joke louder and then everyone would laugh, and I was literally like,
she's a joke stealer, she's a joke thief.
She's a joke thief.
Okay, I think I'm gonna change her name on my phone to Joke Thief. That's so funny.
Yeah. And so like honestly, like I didn't like the way like I went about things, and so try to kind of put yourself in like future you's shoes and be like, okay, like how do I want to like look back on this experience? Because you don't want to like do things like and just like in anger, I guess. Like you want to do things like respectfully, like, you know, like think about how you want to be as a person first, and then like how that person would like go about a friendship breakup.
I'm just gonna tell Sophia, like if I could redo some of these friendship breakups in a heartbeat, I would go back and redo them in a better way, because after going to college, what I'm realizing is the world is so freaking small. So you think like because you guys are ex-best friends, you're never gonna cross paths again. Trust me, you are. Yeah. Like wherever you move, it doesn't need to even be like your hometown. Like, cause like, right. Like if your high school is 2,000 kids, like 500 kids in your class, you guys all go to different colleges, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a couple that go to the like your same college or college in the same state as the one that you're going to. And it's just, trust me, the world is much smaller than you think. Yeah. And you know, like the friend I had a friendship breakup with, I've never run into her in our hometown, but I ran into her father a couple times. And so that was, it was really funny. It was like we were pulled up on a street and we're in our cars. Like we weren't even walking to a grocery store or anything. We were in the car, and I turned to the side, and both our windows were like, our windows weren't even rolled down. It was just up. We made eye contact, and I just bowed to him.
Oh gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, and then the middle school friend that I had the friendship breakup with, we ended up going to the same college. Yeah, you know. Yeah. And
but did you ever run into each other?
Yeah, we would definitely walk by each other. Like I'm pretty sure we were in the same like college. Yeah.
Then you. Oh, but you were 1 year above, kind of. Yes. So that's why you probably didn't have as many classes together.
Yeah, but had I like gone on time, we definitely would have had classes together. Yeah. But
to end that thought, so I want to go back and redo things because trust me, I had my fair share of, you know, acting out of anger and acting in the moment. I mean, I got mad at one friend because she was gatekeeping this one app, which I thought, you know what?
Facetune?
Sis, please. So it was something similar to Facetune, but she had this other app, and it like elongated you, and so her photos would look so like, she would look so long and skinny. Tall. Yeah, and I was like, oh, what is that? And she wouldn't share with me, but we were both in this class, and she was like on the app and then would like swipe out of it, and I remember getting mad at her, right? And I feel like I bullied her into telling me, and so so now sometimes I really think about, oh, was it worth it? Like, was it like, did I really need to know what that app was? Like, did I really need to be like so up in her face about it? She probably thinks I'm like a really, really mean person, right? And so, yeah, just sometimes I think about those things and I'm like, like I could have saved a friendship there. But
you're like, tell me what the app is.
Yeah, like that's so like, why wouldn't you share with me? Oh my gosh, like I probably gave her a lot of attitude, right? But then a part of me also thinks things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, if that wasn't the way our friendship ended, I'm sure it would have ended in another way.
A different app.
Probably, yeah. Like me getting upset about something else that was super stupid.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, I do think like everything happens for a reason.
For sure.
Yeah, whatever this like instance may be for you. It's just gonna be awkward. Like let time pass.
Yeah.
Make new friends. Try to like figure out for yourself if the offense was forgivable.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, you may look back and be like, shit, I really did not like the way things ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is too, like for example, like our breakups have now been more than 7 years ago. For yours, middle school, that was right. Like what?
It's like Coney 2012 time.
Yeah. A decade ago, right? A decade ago.
Jeez.
And I feel like for me, the fact that I still have these thoughts, it makes me feel bad. It puts me in a bad place.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I need to do more self-growth, right? Like if you, like for example, for Sophia, I know it's going to be so hard in the moment, but it already happened, right? Like it already happened. It could rekindle. But don't be so infatuated with like trying to avoid it or trying to make it better.
Yeah.
Or because I just think you just gotta let it play out. Because the thing is, I've had friends I wanted to just remove from my life, and now that I've graduated college or high school years ago, graduated college, and the thing is, I still like see these people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's so weird because people evolve, people change, and it's so funny. You know what you'll realize? I know you're in high school, but you're going to meet people that you know and that you like who meet these other people that you don't like or had the friendship breakup with, and they have a completely different perception of them.
Oh.
And it's going to be so hard for you to gauge it.
Right.
Like, what? He was such a douchebag. And then another female friend is like, oh my god, he's so nice,
like he's so sweet.
Yeah. And you're just like, what?
Right.
But I'm pretty sure people think that way about me too. Right? Oh, Julie, yeah, she was really mean to me. And then someone can be like, oh, she was the sunshine of a blah blah blah.
Right. Because like what, for this example specifically, like you probably know him from a different instance than like this other friend knows him.
A different maturity level, a different time of our life.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure this person thinks about it too. Like, oh, maybe I should have been less
douchebaggy.
Yeah. Judgmental on like women's eyebrows or.
Oh God.
Don't you? I feel like in high school, like guys were really into
like judging people's eyebrows. Actually, you know what I used to say? I was like when people would be like, oh, what's the first thing you look at
eyebrows?
At a person? And I would be like, eyebrows. Because that was like the in thing to say.
Do you have an opinion on my do you remember having an opinion on my eyebrows in high school?
No.
Because apparently they were horrendous.
What the heck?
Oh, it was our friend Shanae, actually. I don't remember what we were talking about. I think in college we were like, something eyebrows shade, how do my eyebrows look? And she told me that mine looked like two rainbows, like two caterpillars, like rounded, because I thought I was getting that like straight and the flick at the end shape.
Yeah.
But then when you smile, the shape changes a bit and it will look a bit more just like
semicircles. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't even remember the term. On fleek?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Eyebrows on fleek. Yeah, I just remember the guys were just so into that. Right? So the era was different. So all I'm trying to say though is, sure, if you move to another town, like you might not see like 99% of the people you want to escape, but there's still that 1% chance you're gonna meet somebody that knows somebody or is related to that somebody or was so-and-so's ex. And trust me, the world is just so small.
Yeah, and I think like just in general, like, you know, you have friends for a reason, for a time in your life, and like it may end, but I think it's normal to like outgrow friends. It's
for sure
normal to outgrow friendships for even just like periods of time, right? Like I think for me specifically, like right now in my life, like there's one friend that I've known for a while now, and like, you know, she was this like sweet, quirky girl.
Me?
No, not you.
Sweet, quirky.
Kind of like endearingly awkward, like embraced her awkwardness. But then like things just like I don't like who she's become. And I think like she'll eventually come back to like herself and her roots.
Think
so? Yeah, I have faith in her.
Okay.
But like for the time being, like I just don't really want to be associated with her.
Yeah.
So like I think like, you know, I've just kind of accepted like, yeah, hopefully she comes back. But if she doesn't, like it wasn't meant to be. Like that's not who I want to be hanging out with. Like who I want to become like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And I guess, especially in the high school context, I guess what I would want to think about is like, how does this person make you feel? Right? I think especially because like, even when we were in high school, it was when like, we had Instagram in middle school.
Yeah.
But it, really like the peak started when we were in high school, I feel like, right?
Yeah.
I remember posting, oh my God, with those hideous filters. And remember when like not making it square was a thing? They didn't even have the picture size adjustments in high school.
Right. You would do the border,
the white border. The white border.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. And if you did black, you're like, what is going on? And so obviously now it's going to be much harder because you see these people's lives outside of the school context and all the fun things that they do. You know what I mean? I feel like what we should experience in our 20s and 30s, it's getting pushed back and back and back.
Yeah.
Right?
Everything's
to like
happening
high schoolers.
earlier. Yeah.
With that being said, with the access to social media, like how does this person's lifestyle or being friends with them make you feel? Are you jealous? Do you feel left out? Like, do you feel FOMO? Right?
Yeah.
And although it might not be that specific person, right? I think for the sake of yourself, it might be good to keep some distance.
Yeah, I agree. Like mute whoever you need to mute. Like it doesn't like require blocking.
Yeah.
I think, but like just like, you know, like try to avoid watching stories. Like that's when I feel the worst about myself is when I'm just like watching stories like aimlessly.
If I can share, so my boyfriend got rid of Instagram months ago.
Oh.
And just because he's not really big in social media anyways.
Yeah.
But he got it again. And after like 2-3 days, he deleted it again. And I was like, oh, why'd you delete it? And it's crazy, like psychologically how it like messes up with you, like messes with you, because he was like, oh yeah, so a group of friends was celebrating this other like guy's birthday, and like he's not even close to that friend's birthday, and I don't think he would have even gone if he was invited. But seeing it repeatedly on all these people's stories that like those who attended, it's like when you see it once, it's like, okay, like it was so and so's birthday, right? But then when you see like
237
of the same exact photo, it's like, okay, now I feel a bit left out and I wish I was there to experience this because all these people went and they're posting the same thing. Right. And so in that way I think it could be toxic, but I don't think that's new news. Right.
Yeah, but I think it serves as like a very good reminder for the age we live in. So
for sure.
Yeah.
So many like advice and little tips, right?
Yeah.
Should we just do like a fast, like on top of your head, like what do you call it? Those like
association thing? Quick facts, quick questions.
Quick facts?
I don't think it's quick facts.
Like when you think of tips to high schoolers, like shoot.
Okay.
Like go.
Okay. If you want to maintain a friendship outside of high school and like studying, going to the library, like you need to make sure to like start that now.
Oh, yes. But also friends come and go. They run its course. And the thing is, if you lost a friend, trust me, you're going to make a new friend. Maybe the next week, maybe in a month, maybe in a year, but you're like, I'm not saying they're replaceable, but there are so many people in the world that you can befriend. Trust me, you'll make a friendship with somebody else.
Yes. You have plenty of time to grow into yourself. So don't feel like you have like a time limit or that you need to like pretend to be something that you're not.
Ooh, that's a good one. The recent one, but especially in an era like today where social media is so prevalent, do whatever's healthy for your mental state and don't act upon anger.
Ooh,
do not, especially, this is a memo for me. Don't act upon anger.
I think this is a general life one, but nobody is thinking about you as much as you are thinking about you.
Ooh, I love to think about that when I think about pimples on my face.
Oh, right? Yes.
Nobody is like, not everyone is staring at you at all times. Like, please get over yourself.
Come on. The world does not revolve around you.
Yes. Do we have any other ones?
I think we have scraped the top of my head.
Yes, me too. Me too. Now we're just bald at this point. Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that helped.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. high school it's a tough time.
But also like so much fun. Like you really don't have that many responsibilities.
Yeah.
So live it up, babies.
I will say something my mom said to me repeatedly, like in grade school, was this is the easiest thing you could be doing is like being a student. And you know what? Like some people might not agree, but yeah, just right. Like being a student, your job is to study.
Yep.
Like, and depending on how well you study, then your grades, like, right, you'll have good grades, and you're like, just high school, like 4 years, you're never going to get that back. And that's with like college and middle school and all that too. But just, it's supposed to be one of the easier times of your life where you don't have to like
worry about bills and all that stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
But
so just try to enjoy it.
Yeah. Try to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think I should have played more. I should have just played more.
Honestly, me too. I was way too serious. I don't know why I took it so seriously.
Yeah.
Like I could have made more friends.
Yeah.
I could have probably gotten into a relationship.
Yeah. If it wasn't for your middle school, you could have had a middle school sweetheart. God. Think about that.
You know, I followed him on Instagram recently. My grandma was like, whatever happened to that boy that you used to date in middle school? And I was like, oh my gosh. And I looked him up on Instagram and he was private. And I was like, fuck it. Let's just follow him.
Just do it.
Definitely has a girlfriend.
All right.
Has been like going to like Tulum with his girlfriend. That could have been me.
That could have been you.
In Tulum.
It could have been us. Na, 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 na. Could have been us. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not so.
Yeah. So it's not. So I accept it for where I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that is all we have for you today. Hopefully that helped, Soph. And you guys can give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok at bulgogi.podcast, on Twitter at bulgogipodcast, me on Instagram at HANAKATTT,
and me at BEJULIFIED.
1, 2, 3. Why did I think you were gonna go high? I thought that you were gonna go high.
I thought you were gonna go high.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bye bye.